Imagine this very simple scene. It is the 9 p.m. of the long day of the lectures, and you order food, eat half of it, or scroll your phone, feel too tired, and finally push the box in the trash. Hmm, it looks like nothing, because it's just one meal. What if I told you that this tiny, everyday habit is quietly hitting our planet, wasting our money, and ignoring the hunger of the people we will never meet? Tonight, I want to talk about the Sustainable Development Goals number 12, responsible consumption and production through one specific issue: food waste. Food waste means edible food that is produced, transported, cooked, and then simply not eaten. It is the rice left on our plate, the vegetable forgotten in the fridge, and the buffet that looks beautiful at 7 p.m. and becomes trash at 9 p.m. Globally, we waste around 1/3 of all food produced for human consumption. That is roughly 1.3 billion tons every year. While this is happening, more than 700 million people around the world still face the hunger and cannot afford a healthy diet. Food waste is not only a moral problem, it's a climate problem. When the food is ground, transported, and cooked, it is using land, water, energy, and fuel. When that the food ends up landfills, it produces methane, a greenhouse gas even more powerful than the carbon dioxide. Experts estimate that around 8.10% of the global greenhouse gas emission come from the food that is never eaten. So if the food was were a country, it will be one of the biggest emitters on the earth. As Indonesian, we might think this is a problem of the rich country, but the data shows a different story. That report from the United Nations of our National Planning Agency estimate that Indonesia throw away 10 of million of tons of food every year. Indonesia is even listed one of the largest producer of household food waste in Southeast Asia. That means our plates at home, our canteens, and our cafe are directly part of this global problem. It is a painful paradox where the country that love says mubazir itu tidak baik. So mubazir tidak baik is the worst thing is wrong, but our behavior does not always reflect that value. So why should the student, especially medical student, care about the food waste? First of all, because it's a health issue. When the climate change driven by unnecessary emission contribute to the heat wave, floods, and changing the disease patterns, the food we waste today can turn into disaster we face to tomorrow. Secondly, because the inequality issue, every box of the food we throw away is a reminder that someone else is keeping a meal. Food waste makes the food system more expensive and more unfair. Third of all, because it's a character issue, the responsible consumption is not only about the technology or the policy. It's about who we are. Nobody is watching us at the trash bin. The good news is that reducing food waste is one of the easiest climate and social action we can take starting today. Let me offer 3 simple things. First thing you need to think it before you buy. Planning your meals or making a shopping list and resist the temptation of promotion that push you to buy the more than actually eat. Second, respect the portion. Take the smaller portion first. You can always go back for more in the canteen or the buffet. Bigger than stomachs is not a joke, it's a weather problem. Third, get a creative with leftover. Store food properly, share with a friend or neighbor, or turn leftovers into new dish the next day. And the detailed aids recipes are only one click away. On the larger scale, campus and hospital can redesign their countering system, measure plasma waste, and run campaign to make the empty plate and help the planet a certain. In 2030, the world has promised to halve per capita food waste. That global promise will not be fulfilled in conference room. It will be fulfilled abroad on our part. Every grain of the rice, every slice of the bread, every uneaten vegetable is a choice between respect and neglect, between caring for our planet and quietly harming it. So, the next time we stand in the front of the trash bin, holding a box of the untouched food, I hope we remember this simple sentence: from the plate to the planet, Nothing we eat is ever just a food. Let us talk with our own habit today and show that generation that refuses to waste the food is a generation that refuses to waste the future. My name is Muhammad Zaid Ardiansyah. Thank you for your cooperation.